In this short video today, we want to give you a little bit of an insight how to quickly adapt your planning in regards to project portfolio management when it comes to uncertainties that might or might not lead to significant challenges in planning as we see currently. So I have listed here two challenges, like the resource availability that is suddenly, for whatever reason, limited. Could be due to the availability of a single person or of a whole group, or maybe even a location, which then, of course, leads to changes that might need to be reflected somehow in the project and portfolio management planning. The other thing is that is, of course, tied to the availability and the overall capacity in general is that high-level planning needs to be adapted properly. And we want to go through these two options or these two possibilities and have a quick look at ServiceNow ITBM and how the solution could help you in regards to that. So one option, and that is actually what we are looking into currently, is to use the standard schedule functionality in ServiceNow ITBM. Normally, you assign a schedule to people or a group of people, basically, that should reflect their availability for planning purposes in general. So defining a schedule means, like in this case, what you see here, this 8 to 5 weekdays excluding holiday schedule, means that you have an 8-hour per day schedule for 5 days per week. I have also created a worst case schedule in this case to demo, to basically have the availability of specific resources. So you could, of course, adapt this to your needs to have either different, let's say, planning or availability and capacity scenarios. What you typically do is to assign those schedules to different people. So in our case, I'm now going into the user profile of Cyril and just change the one schedule to the worst case schedule. As you have seen also, there are multiple schedules available, so you really have the possibility to easily change that. I could, of course, go through all the different uses now, either step by step, or of course, create also a process or some sort of mass update possibility, depending on what you really want to do and how you want to plan it. By updating the resource capacity, I could also incorporate the time frame I want to make these changes to affect my current planning and availability settings. So in our case, I assume that probably this schedule, Cyril will use this schedule, let's say, until the end of May, and therefore want to have the whole scheduling and availability being updated by then. With the capacity planning of ServiceNow ITBM, I could easily see whether or not I have the capacity to fulfill several requests. So in this case, I have a request for the core R&D group where Cyril is part of, and this is the current availability. So like 584 hours in March and 594 hours in April. When I update this screen now, you would immediately see that there is a change. So in March and April and also in May, it has significantly decreased based on our changes in the schedule. For June, the capacity stays the same basically as before because we haven't changed the availability in this regard. So this is an easy way in seeing changes in terms of capacity and also being able to properly react and to see whether or not we can fulfill specific resource requests based on the current availability of the people. To have a look at that on a higher scale, we could also do something similar on the portfolio management area. So on the portfolio workbench in ServiceNow, you see here that I also have a resource overview and an overall capacity, which is of course consisting of all the resources that are available in general. Nevertheless, when I update this, I also see, although it was only one resource I have changed, I also see that there is a, I would say significant, I mean, there are several hours change for this within the portfolio. And if I hand over and go over to the utilization, I would also be able there, of course, to see a significant change in terms of utilization trend based on my current planning. So this is really important and a very useful functionality to be able to quickly react and adapt to challenges that may arise due to different problems that occur in the way, which should give you probably also the possibility to adapt your planning quickly and effectively without needing to, let's say, reschedule and reiterate over and over and over again. We hope this video helps you a little bit and gives you a little bit of an insight what options do you have and what you could do on your side. And we would love to see you looking at one of our other videos, which we are currently preparing and producing. And yeah, take care and all the best for you. Bye.